Have you been feeling like nothing is changing? Like you've been praying, waiting, and wondering if I have forgotten you? If that's how you feel today, don't scroll away. This message may be exactly what your heart needs to hear. Stay with me until the end. Because my perfect timing has a way of changing everything when you choose to trust me. If this message encourages your heart, please like this video. Subscribe for more faith-filled messages, and share it with someone who may need this today. Now, open your heart and listen to my voice. My beloved child, I know how heavy your heart has been. I have seen the tears that no one else has noticed. I have heard every prayer you whispered when you felt alone. Even when your voice was weak, I listened. Even when you thought heaven was silent, I was near. Do not believe the lie that I have forgotten you. I know your name. I know your story. I know every burden you have carried, every disappointment you have faced, and every battle you have fought in silence. There were moments when you expected things to change overnight, but instead, you found yourself waiting. Day after day, you wondered why the answer had not come. You questioned whether your faith was enough. You even asked if I was still with you. My child, my silence has never meant my absence. While you were waiting, I was working. While you were praying, I was preparing. While you were wondering what I was doing, I was arranging things in ways your eyes could not yet see. I do not waste your waiting. Every delay has a purpose. Every closed door has protected you from something you did not know. Every step you have taken has been leading you closer to the place I have prepared for you. This week, I am asking you to do something simple, yet powerful. Trust me. Not because you have all the answers. Not because everything suddenly makes sense. But because I have always been faithful, and I will remain faithful. When you trust me, fear begins to lose its power. Peace begins to fill your heart. Hope begins to rise again, even before your circumstances change. Do not give up now, my child. You are closer than you realize to seeing what I have been preparing all along. Stay with me, because there is something I want to show you through a story that has encouraged my people for generations. There was a young man named Joseph. I placed a dream inside his heart, a dream that was bigger than his current life, bigger than his surroundings, and bigger than what anyone around him could understand. But when I give a dream, I do not always show the full journey at once. I show only enough light for the next step. And Joseph had to choose whether he would trust me without seeing everything clearly. At first, his life looked like it was moving in the opposite direction of the dream. His own brothers rejected him. The same people who shared his blood turned against him because they could not understand what I had spoken over him. They stripped him of his coat. They threw him into a pit. And in that moment, everything looked like it was over. But listen carefully. The pit was not the end of the dream. It was the beginning of my process. You may also feel like you are in a pit season right now. A place where things don't make sense. A place where you feel forgotten. A place where you keep asking, God, why is this happening to me? But I want you to understand something very clearly. Just because you cannot see me working, does not mean I am not working. Joseph was pulled out of the pit and sold into slavery. From a human point of view, it looked like his situation got worse. But even there, I was with him. Not distant. Not absent. Not silent in purpose. I was guiding every step, even when it felt like confusion. Because I was not just planning where Joseph would go. I was also shaping who he would become. And that is what you must understand about your own waiting season. I am not only preparing the blessing for you. I am preparing you for the blessing. Stay with me, because what happened next in Joseph's life will show you something powerful about how I work in hidden places. Joseph arrived in Egypt as a slave. No comfort. No family. No familiar place. Only my presence with him. And that is enough, even when everything else is missing. He was taken into the house of Potiphar, a powerful officer in Egypt. From the outside, it looked like Joseph had lost everything. But I want you to notice something very carefully. Even in a place called loss, I was building something in him that could not be seen. Everything Joseph touched began to prosper. Not because of his location, but because my hand was upon him. People around him started noticing something different. They could not fully explain it, but they could see it clearly. When I am with someone, even in hidden seasons, their life carries evidence of my presence. But then came another test. A deeper one. A painful one. Joseph was tempted in a way that could have changed his entire destiny. No one would have known if he had given in. No one except me. This is where true faith is revealed, not in public moments, but in private decisions. Joseph chose obedience over compromise. He chose purity over comfort. He chose me over temporary pleasure. And that decision cost him something immediately. He was falsely accused. He was punished for doing the right thing. And he was thrown into prison. From a human point of view, it makes no sense. Why does obedience sometimes lead to suffering? Why does doing right sometimes feel like loss? But I want you to understand this truth deeply. Not every delay is punishment. Not every hardship is rejection. Sometimes, it is preparation in disguise. Even in prison, I was with Joseph. The prison did not cancel my plan. It became part of it. Because I can turn even confinement into formation. Even silence into shaping. Even waiting into wisdom. And in that prison, something important was happening. Something Joseph could not yet see. In the prison, Joseph was not forgotten. Even there, I positioned him exactly where he needed to be. Not because prison is good, but because I can still work inside it. Joseph was given responsibility inside that place of confinement. He was not treated like an ordinary prisoner, because my favor does not disappear in difficult places. It follows my children even into their lowest seasons. And while Joseph was there, I brought two men into his life, the cupbearer and the baker of Pharaoh. Both of them had troubling dreams that no one could interpret. But I gave Joseph understanding. Not for his own glory, but for a greater purpose that was still unfolding. Joseph interpreted their dreams exactly as I revealed them to him. And everything happened just as he said. One was restored. One was not. And then Joseph made a simple request. Remember me when you are free. But the cupbearer forgot him. And that forgetfulness became another waiting season. Listen carefully. When people forget you, it feels painful. But I use even human forgetfulness to position divine timing. Days passed. Weeks passed. Years passed. And Joseph was still waiting. Still faithful. Still trusting me in a place where nothing seemed to be changing. Maybe that is where you feel you are right now. Waiting. Praying. Believing. But not seeing results yet. I want you to understand something very important. Delay is not denial. Silence is not absence. And waiting is not wasting your life when you are walking with me. Because I am never late. I am always preparing the right moment. And when my moment arrives, no prison can hold it back. No delay can stop it. No human decision can cancel it. What I have spoken will come to pass. And Joseph's moment was closer than he knew. And then, on a day that looked completely ordinary, everything changed. Not because Joseph forced it. Not because he found a way out. But because my perfect timing had arrived. Pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt, was disturbed by dreams that none of his wise men could explain. Panic filled the palace. Confusion spread through every advisor. But I had already prepared the answer in a forgotten place. In the prison, Joseph was still there. Still faithful. Still waiting. And suddenly, the cupbearer remembered him. What seemed like forgotten history was actually perfect timing unfolding. Joseph was brought out of the prison in a single moment. Not gradually. Not slowly. But suddenly. Listen carefully. When I open a door, no prison can keep you inside. When I call your name, no delay can silence it. Joseph stood before Pharaoh, not as a prisoner, but as someone carrying my wisdom. And when Pharaoh asked for understanding, Joseph did not take credit. He said, "It is not in me." God will give Pharaoh the answer. That is why I could trust him with promotion. Because even in the moment of elevation, he did not forget me. I revealed the meaning of the dreams through him. 7 years of abundance would come. Then 7 years of famine would follow. And I gave Joseph wisdom to prepare a nation. From a pit to a palace. From slavery to authority. From prison to purpose. Not because Joseph was perfect, but because he trusted me through every season. Now I want you to hear me clearly. Your story is not random. Your waiting is not wasted. Your delay is not the end. Just as I worked in Joseph's life, I am still working in yours. Even when you cannot see it. Even when it feels slow. Even when it feels silent. This week is not just about changing your circumstances. It is about changing your trust in me. Because when you trust me, I can begin a shift in your life that no one can stop. So do not lose hope. Do not give up now. Stay faithful in the waiting. Because I am still the God who turns pits into preparation, prisons into purpose, and pain into testimony. And I am not finished with your story. This week, trust me.